Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Charles Tulip, and today we are playing Stranded: Alien Dawn. So today I want to start a brand new game here, and I want to, let's see here. I want this playthrough to be in the jungle, so we're going to choose the Saltu region. And then for the moon, I'm thinking Nyx. This is one of the harder difficulty moons. The only one harder than this is the Chaos Moon, which I have not tried yet. Um, And then we'll stick to medium game difficulty. That's what I've been playing on. It looks like our seed is ear-proof, and we won't choose any game rules. Okay, so let's see who our survivors are going to be. So I have been, most of the time, playing this with just the survivors that it suggests. It seems like it chooses a pretty good balance of survivors whenever it starts a new game. So I probably won't change any of these out. I think I have not played with Naras or Samantha yet, but I have played with Carter and Raka. So, right. So Raka or Carter actually is a fast learner, an entertainment junkie, and he's the father of Edmund. And I know that Carter also suffers from dementia, which gets worse the longer he's on the planet. Now, Naras, it says, had to work in the uranium mines of Titan from an early age and was schooled by his mother in the evenings. On his 23rd birthday, he experienced an altered state of consciousness and sat immobile for days on end. He was so focused inside himself that mice were eating off his flesh without disturbing him. Oh my. He experiences the world as a whole without being something separate or outside of himself. He loves equally all creatures, experiences the world and himself as they are all the same thing. So he is liberated. He cannot experience meltdowns or euphoria. Interesting. He's calming. He tries to calm down others regardless of his own opinion of them and has an increased chance to succeed. And he will not fight or hunt in any circumstances. He's a pacifist. So it actually says that he is incapable of combat. So that's a good thing to know going in here. Raka is the master builder. He has a gloomy personality, and he is the cousin of Rita. And then let's read Samantha's bio as well. It says at the top here she's a hopeless romantic. But it says Samantha is an astrophysicist, engineer, star navigator, and combat pilot in the Tron Defense Fleet. She is calm, calculative, and rational, the type of person who finds innovative solutions to the most complicated issues. She's an engineer. She works 3 times harder when constructing devices or furniture, and a vegetarian, so she refuses to eat meat. Okay, so this is definitely going to be a tricky playthrough with these characters, but I think it will be challenging. Samantha has combat level 5, Raka has 0, Naras is the pacifist, and then Carter has combat 2. So Samantha is going to be our fighter. Let's go ahead and start this playthrough and see what happens. Hey. Okay, the region looks interesting to me already. I see a lot of rocks around here. It looks like a mountainous region. Okay, so Raka immediately is having a meltdown. Naras is trying to calm him down. Okay, and okay, something just crashed over here. So let's figure out what we have to start with. We have 80 scrap metal. It looks like we have 60 emergency rations, which is good. 10 first aid kits. And we do have 1 laser pistol. So right away, I'm going to give that to Samantha. Let's see if Naras can calm down Raka here. Then I guess we should start observing some things. I definitely want to get this palm tree. And then I think this is the one that has the palm meat on it. It looks like Raka is calmed down now. Let's go ahead and observe the tall leafy plant, which I think has grain on it. I'm just going to change the resource amounts option up here. I don't like to see the numbers floating around the screen. Okay, what else can we observe? This grass for sure. That looks like the same thing. Okay, we've got an interesting kind of mushroom up here. This is called the worm-like plant. And then it actually looks like there's energy crystals right off the bat here, right up on this mountain. Um, let's observe the animals. I'm just gonna go ahead and observe everything in this area right here so we kind of know what we're working with. Okay, and then Naras is not observing anything. Let's check out the activities here. Okay, so Carter and Raka are assigned to construction. Carter and Samantha are assigned to hunting. Looks like Carter and Naras are our farmers. Um, Carter and Raka are the cooks. And of course, we can change all these options, but it does seem to set it up pretty well at the beginning of the game as far as having someone assigned to every activity and assigning them by their skill levels to start. Okay, so Naras, I think we'll have him scavenge this spaceship debris over here so he has something to do. It looks like he's the only one who is not assigned to research, and that's just because he has the lowest skill there. Okay. Okay, let's observe this cone mushroom. We'll get this I forget what this one's called, the red leafy plant. And then we can observe the insects here. Okay, and then it looks like we have some ore deposits right over here, the interesting rock. And yeah, it looks like those are all interesting rocks. Oh, there is a shiny rock over here. So that's going to be our silicone and ore. Okay, so we just discovered the sausage palm. It's a fruit-bearing palm. These fruits are very peculiar. They have a muscle-like tissue and taste so convincingly like meat that vegetarians wouldn't eat them. The palm itself grows slowly, but it still may be worth it to plant some for a more reliable source of meat. Okay, that's great. And then we can research palm oil. Palm fruits are rich in fats that could be extracted with the help of a cold press. So we can extract vegetable oil if we research that. And we just discovered the tall palm tree. This palm tree could be cut down for some wood. I gathered some of its nuts for seeding. Okay. All right, guys, my headphones are just kind of slipping off. Okay. Uh, Hopefully they'll stay on. Okay. And then there is some more plants over here. So there's the giant grass, the blade grass. I don't think we have the blade grass yet. Oh, we just got 11 first aid kits from that spaceship, which is great. The glowing tree. Okay, and then we should probably start building a shelter as well. I think that's enough for us to observe right now. I think I got everything in the immediate area. I think I'm actually gonna build the shelter up against this rock wall. Okay, yeah, so we can put um I'm just seeing how close we can get to this. Let's put a couple shelters right there. We need a campfire, so we're going to need to get sticks. Okay, so that will I know we can get sticks from these red leafy guys. I'm not really seeing a lot of bushes, so I'm not sure where else we can get sticks from. I guess it is pretty warm, so the campfire may not be super important, but let's go ahead and put their beds in here too. Okay. And then we can start planting stuff. I might do that in a little bit. Okay, and just to check who is assigned to construction, Carter and Raka. Okay, so they will probably start working on that as soon as they're done observing the animals. The campfire is just going to be important for cooking food and then also for keeping them warm at night. I always put the campfire right next to their sleeping spots because it does get pretty cold at night in the desert and the Sobrias region, but I think in the jungle that may not be quite as important. Um, okay, nice. We just got 51 scrap metal. We scavenged that, and they are building the campsite. We should also probably have a little bit of storage set up. So I just got to figure out where I want to put this. We could put it right next to it on this side. Maybe I will do this. I'll put two of them like this. Okay, and we just discovered grain cob. A good discovery, the seeds of the tall leafy plant cluster together in a cob and seem edible. Thus, I'm going to call it grain cob. It will be useful in many ways cooked, pressed into oil, distilled into sweet syrup or moonshine, even used in the production of antibiotics. Such a simple thing, yet so vital for survival. Okay, so now we can plant the grain cob. And I'm going to put some storage shelves along this wall. And looks like we already need more scrap metal. We're 3 short to build that. And then I will probably put some stockpiles along this side. Oh, we just found some synthetic textiles. So we might even be able to reconstruct. How many did we get? 47? I think we can, that's enough to make all of these sleeping spots into bedrolls. Okay, Naras is eating right now. Okay, and we discovered the giant's grass. I decided to call the tall, dense grass giant's grass. Growing and harvesting it won't be too hard and it could come in handy for simple construction. So now we can get hay. I'm going to cut down the giant's grass that is right in front of our camp here. Okay, I will probably cut down these two sausage palms. There is actually a giant tree, the huge tropical tree. Let's observe that one too. Okay, and then I see Naras delivering the medicine over here. I want to make sure these stockpiles are only for our construction materials. Okay. I'm just looking around the area here, seeing what there is. This is the tall palm tree. Okay. I would like to find some glitter cap mushrooms. It looks like there's some buttermelons right here. So that will be good for Samantha to eat that. I see the cotton plant. I can't believe there is energy crystals just growing here. That is, I've never seen that on a map. I feel like we kind of got lucky with this one. There's some fallen trees right here, so we can cut those for wood. There's actually a lot of fallen trees. So let's just collect those before we start actually cutting down the trees. And I just want to make sure that's not too far away from our camp. We might leave these ones alone. Let's see if there's any more in this area. Just a few. Okay. Yep. And I see more right there. Okay. We just discovered the purple leaf. As I examined the towering big palm, I couldn't help but be captivated by its wide, sturdy purple leaves. It didn't take long for me to realize that these leaves were ideal for building shelter. Their thickness and sturdiness makes them the perfect building material. While the trunk isn't great for building structures, it could be broken down into sticks, ideal for kindling a fire to keep us warm on chilly nights. I decided to give this magnificent plant a name that perfectly captures its nature, purple leaf. Okay, so we can get purple leaf sticks and purple leaf cloth. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. We're cutting down the grass. We have the bedroll set up. Um, okay, and let's also check the restrictions on this shelf here. So, yeah, we will keep everything on this list because that is everything else that we might need to store. And then we can cut down some of the purple leaf So let's just get the purple leaf right here. We can cut those down. Okay. That should be enough sticks for a while, I think. And then I just noticed it's already 2 a.m. and they have not gone to sleep yet. I'm going to make sure that they sleep between midnight and 3 a.m. every night. Okay, and they are going to sleep now. We should think about getting a research desk, I think. It might make sense to wait until we've observed all the plants and things, because I did pick out a lot of things to observe. But once we get all that observation done, we could set up a research desk. We can also think about setting up the crafting desk. I'm just gonna see. So we do need to find sticks. Oh, we just got some sticks. Okay, great. So, or I guess he's cutting them right now. Then we could actually build these other types of shelters, either the stick shelter or the purple leaf shelter. And I just want to see on Naras's activities. He, okay, so he is one of the farmers. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Okay, let's speed it up a little bit. I think we can go to double speed now. We kind of got everything set up. So the first thing I want to get here is the campfire, and I think we can build the stone campfire. Let's go ahead and put that right there. Oh, and then we should also get a table and chairs so that they can eat sitting down. Okay, so we'll build the stone table. Yeah, and we'll put the stone chairs around it. Okay. Raka upset Carter with their pessimism. Let's see in Carter's happiness. He was annoyed by Raka. Interesting. I want to see if anyone has an opinion of each other yet. It doesn't look like it. Okay, where did Samantha go? She is back here. Oh, she's observing the worm-like plant. I'm curious what this is. I don't know if I've seen this, maybe only once before. I've seen this worm-like plant, but I do not remember what it is. Oh, there is a dog right here. Okay, did we observed this one, right? So let's see if we can harvest these plants, and maybe we'll plant some more of those to get grain. The only food we've gotten so far is the palm meat, and Samantha can't eat that. Yeah, I'm actually gonna cut down these uh some more plants right here so that we have a bit of area for farming. It says there's a wide leaf plant. I can't see that through all the grass. Oh, it's this one. Okay, that might be the tea plant. A cause for celebration. We put together a camp as quick as we could considering the circumstances. We're not sleeping in the dirt, we have a roof over our heads and a fire to illuminate the dark, uncertain nights. And the most important, we have survived. To us, this feels like an achievement worth honoring. We can gather around the campfire and celebrate being alive at 1900 tonight. Okay, let's do that. Okay, we discovered the synth plant. This strange looking plant is quite strong and it has a dense fiber structure. If cultivated, it will produce cloth looking material. In the process of its growth, the plant extracts most of the nourishments from the soil. This process is reducing the quality of the soil. Okay, so we can actually get synthetic textiles from this plant. I think that will be useful for sure. I I have not chosen observe on these pointy red plants because I know that these just give you silicone, and we don't really need silicone until the later game. I might also uh, mine some of these rocks over here. Let's get that rock too. Okay, I went through the tree. Okay, yeah, let's cut down these grasses that are underneath these trees. And I think we'll start the farm right in front of our camp right here. Okay, so we actually did get 90 grain. Let's go ahead and start making some meals on the campfire. So with the quick recipes, we can make grain porridge. I'll say until we have three, and then the meat soup until two. Okay, and they are celebrating their survival. Raka shared fears about their safety with Samantha. Ross is just sleeping. Uh, he's not celebrating. Samantha envied Carter for improving their skills. Oh, I missed this notification, but Carter reached physical 3. Oh, Naras started dancing. Okay, so our storage spaces over here are full already. We have a lot of hay from just cutting down those grasses. And it looks like there's actually a lot of hay out here that is not in our storage. Okay, and now everyone is going to sleep. I'm going to put a few more stockpile spots right here. You know what? These two are not under the roof, so let's not build those there. But we can put two more on this side. Okay, and I'm just gonna speed it up. Okay. They're sleeping for a long time. Yeah, so we don't have enough storage space for 500 hay. And looks like now we do, actually, now that we built those stockpiles. Okay, we have 48 emergency rations left. I'm glad we started with so many. And it looks like we're going to probably cut all these trees and things before we get back to scavenging. Carter and Ross and Raka are all three cutting down trees, and Samantha is the only one observing. Okay. So I did forget to uh restrict what food they can eat. So I don't want any of them eating raw food. Yeah. So they're going to be surviving off their emergency rations until we start cooking on the campfire. Okay. We have 200 wood already. And what should we actually start farming? We have the grain cob. I do think I want to make a field of grain cob. Okay, this is great because this area in front of our shelter is loam. So that will be a really good place to grow a lot of crops. I'm just deciding how big I want to make this. Maybe we could start with a field like that. And then I also want to grow some of these purple leaf, I think. Okay. These are going to take a little bit of a bigger space. Let's actually make this just so it's the same width. We discovered the smoke leaf. The wide leaves of this plant are remarkably similar to a rare and expensive type of tobacco. It actually got banned in my home world a few years ago, and its price shot up even higher. Don't ask me how I know this. Anyway, if I'm correct, these smoke leaf plants contain several alkaloid stimulants, which can be drawn out by drying the leaves, grind them, stick them in a pipe, and you get a great mood booster. No hangovers or other side effects that I know of. Okay, so we can plant the smoke leaf, we can dry the smoke leaf on a drying rack and then create smoke leaf pipes. And we can boil tea. So I definitely want to grow this as well. So let's make this maybe the same size as the other one. And then maybe I don't know if we need to grow wood. There is a lot of trees around. Okay, interesting. We need farming level 4 in order to grow the synth plant. So we do not have anyone with that skill level to grow that. I guess we could grow some of these sausage palms. Maybe we just grow a few of them right there. Okay. Okay, and Carter is already planting. He's actually mining the rocks that are in the way. We discovered the Draca. The patterns on the back of that animal with the big flat head are very similar to those of the small drac insect native to my homeworld, so I felt like naming it Draca. It seems to be a peaceful herbivore. If cornered, it can defend itself with long, strong forelegs, whose claw-like endings seem quite interesting. Okay, so let's actually build a statue of the Draka. I think we could put that right there. And then we can also build a shooting target. Only Samantha will be able to use that, but we can put that over there. And we can now research tea boiling. Okay. Wow, I keep I keep zooming through that tree. Should we think about building a fence? It looks like the strongest fence we can build is a stone fence, which is pretty good because we actually need to research the brick and the carbon fence. So I am gonna see how many stone this will take to do this. First I want to build, I know we don't have enough scrap metal to do this, but I want to build two more shelters like that. Let's check the stone fence. Okay, the construction is impossible due to the presence of the huge rock. So let's see how close we can actually get to that rock. Maybe we will start our fence over here. It looks like we can just build it like that. I'm not sure if anything will be able to sneak through that tiny area. I guess we'll find out. Let's build it out one more, and then we'll build it this way, and we can build it that far in. Let's get rid of these rocks. And then maybe let's actually just move this statue. We can put it right there. Okay, and let's plan for a couple doors in the fence. It looks like we can build the poles door. So let's build one there. And it just started raining. Build one there. And let's go ahead and put one right here as well. Okay, it's giving me a hint about research, the research desk. Okay, right. Um, so we can build a research desk. We need scrap metal to build that, which we don't have right now. We can build a chopping block so we can turn wood into sticks. I guess we might as well set that up. And it looks like we may actually have enough stone after we mine all these rocks to build our little fence here. And then we can also build. Okay, this is interesting. We can build the cook stove, which just burns sticks. Um, we can build a workbench. Let's go ahead and put the workbench right there. And we do not have metal alloys yet. I think that is something we will need to research. I'm pretty sure we can scavenge it as well. We discovered the giant's tree. It could be cut down for a substantial amount of wood. It doesn't look like it would be profitable to farm it as it would take a lot of time and space to grow. Okay. Raka disagreed with Carter's crash theory. So they are disagreeing about why their spaceship crashed? We should probably scavenge this our landing pod too. Usually there are some good materials in that. Samantha's observing the buttermelons over there, so we definitely will make a buttermelon field, probably in this space that's left. We just found 45 more synthetic textiles, so it might be a good idea to start making some clothes soon. I just want to check out what they're wearing already. Okay. I'm pretty sure we can make the synthetic armor with the synthetic textiles. Okay, Carter is scavenging, which means they actually finished chopping everything down. Let's go ahead and see what we can do this until we have 100 sticks, which we do right now. I don't think we need more than that. We could put a few wall torches up. So let's put one right there. And maybe we'll put one over the crafting bench. We can put one on the outside over here. And then um we'll put one right there, I guess. Oh, nice. So we did find some more scrap metal. It looks like we still need 19 more to build this last shelter. Um, I was just thinking this blade grass over here. I'm pretty sure that also gives us hay, the same as this giant's grass. There is a lot of sausage palm trees over here. I don't know if we really need to plant those or farm those. There is quite a few. I did not notice that. Um, so maybe we'll just remove that field. We can make a bigger field for buttermelons. Okay, looks like they're starting to go to sleep. We have 52 synthetic textiles. I think we definitely have to research tailoring. Okay. So let's just set up where we want the research desk to go. Oh, okay. I guess I thought the research desk needed scrap metal, but we can build the wooden one. So we can put that right there. Okay. We're constructing the research desk. So I think the first thing I want to research is the tailoring so we can make clothes. Hey, cloth. I've never seen this breakthrough before, but we can make cotton fabric out of hay. I think we should research metal refinement, oil extraction, antibiotics. We can also make purple leaf cloth, so that also makes the cotton cloth. I'm gonna choose tool smithing so we can get the harvesting tools. Maybe weaponsmithing. Okay, we have insufficient storage space again for our stone. We discovered the dog. It's a famous dog breed and it baffles me how it's kind of gotten here. Um the dogs have adapted to this planet well. They are somewhat wild and aggressive when provoked, but it shouldn't be too hard to reclaim the trust of man's best friend and tame them. Okay, we do have to research animal taming. And we should set up a drying rack, actually. That is in ranching. So I'm gonna get the large drying rack, probably the wooden one. Yeah, we can put that over there. There are some more rocks back here. Okay, we just made our first bowl of grain porridge. And we discovered energy crystals. I found a strange crystal that appears to be harnessing electricity within it. This can give us an alternative way to create electric producers. I will call it energy crystal. But growing these might be tricky. Their growth has an impact on the soil. It can dry the soil, turning it to sand. Okay, so we can farm those, but there is actually a lot of them up here. So I don't know how many we're gonna need. Okay. We should research. Here's the research desk. We should research spaceship deconstruction. We discovered the Noth. The Noth. Um, I named it Noth. Even the face of the animal resembles the famous artist. Despite its sharp claws, this animal is a peaceful herbivore, which usually runs from danger. Judging from its size, it will probably be a good source of meat. I feel bad for it, but it's survival of the fittest in this world. Okay. We can build the dartboard so they have something else to do. Let's put that up on this wall. Yeah, I just decided we don't really need the sausage palm fields at all. Um, I think there's more productive things for us to grow considering how many sausage palms there are here. So maybe we actually extend the purple leaf field and we made the meat soup. Okay, so we're cooking. That's good. I do kind of want to make a big field for the buttermelons once we research those. Can we cut this rock or mine this rock? Yeah, let's mine the rocks over here. Okay. Okay, we have our first insect attack. It looks like there's 12 of these overgrown insects and they are over here. Since there are so few of them, I might just have Samantha hunt them before they attack. It says over here, hunter without a ranged weapon. They will not be able to hunt. Carter will not be able to hunt. We don't have a weapon for him. Okay, there's another one right there. I think there's one more somewhere. I do feel that Samantha should have a spear in order to hunt these, but we don't have that yet. Oh, there's one way over here. Okay. Okay, now they're attacking. So we did not get a chance to hunt them. We're gonna have to draft Samantha, and I'll just get her out here in front of the fence. Okay, she missed the first shot. Oh wow, she's missing a lot. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Already damaged the fence. They're already up to the fence line, but there's only 3 of them left. Okay, and that's the last one. Okay, that was not too bad at all. One of these, I want to observe what it is. Okay, and let's fast forward until the morning. I'm gonna guess that they can't get through this tiny gap over here because I think they would have headed straight for it if they could get through there. So I think this is kind of a good defensive spot in order to defend with this giant rock behind us. I'm to Carter about remaining stranded forever. I was just starting to think that we should research the weaponsmithing before the toolsmithing. I think the weaponsmithing might be a little more important. Okay, and she's observing this overgrown insect. Raka reached physical 4. That's good, I guess. Carter's going to cook some more grain porridge. I just saw these purple leaves grow, like they just got bigger on the screen right now. We discovered this Garabe. The bug I observed looks like an overgrown version of the pest that's known and hated on many worlds. Giving it a common bug's name felt a bit underwhelming, so I chose the nice sounding Scarabe. Um, this one is big and impudent enough to attack humans and do some damage. The main problem is that these insects tend to swarm and work together in large groups, so they should not be underestimated. And we can build a Scarabe statue. Okay, so we now have some raw insect meat, which I think we can use to make the grain porridge. Not the grain porridge, the meat soup. We can use that to make meat soup. Okay, it's currently 91 degrees and it is the wet season. I I don't remember if the Salto region has a wet season and a dry season. I think it does. Okay. We've almost observed the buttermelon. There we go. This local vine plant gives large edible fruits which have a tough peel. It reminds me of pumpkins and melons, so I will call it a buttermelon. They can be harvested and cooked. They might have some other good uses too. Okay, I wonder what the other good uses are. I I don't remember what else they can be used for. I think I'm gonna move this shooting target so that we have more room to plant stuff out here. Okay, let's also scavenge this spaceship that's right here. There's actually quite a few right in this area. And then we will make a buttermelon field as soon as that shooting target is moved. Okay. What do we need to make the punching pole? We need leather. Okay. So we can get that from the Noth. These guys, yeah, they do produce hides. So once we dry those, we can get leather. Or I think we can also get leather from the purple leaf. Maybe that is, maybe that's not the purple leaf. Maybe that is, oh, right, it's the skin bark. It's this one over here. She's still observing that, but we can make leather out of these plants. Okay. Okay, I kind of want to cut this tree down just because I keep rotating the camera through it. Um, this is like I want to see the camp from this angle and the trees right there. We got even more synthetic textiles. We now have 88 of them. Some more emergency rations, and we actually found metal alloys. So we have, says we have 22, but we scavenged 27. I'm not sure what we use those for. Um, was it the dartboard? Yes, it was actually. Okay. I guess to make the darts, we need metal alloys. Okay. Let's speed it up to triple speed. Raining again. Says rain is great for the plants and boosts their growth. Yeah, I just saw this plant grow again. That's kind of funny. Just to see it like just pop into a bigger size. That one just did it. I think that one just grew too. Okay. Okay, I'm actually gonna take a quick break, you guys. I'm gonna pause the game here and see you guys in a minute, okay? Hi guys, I'm back. Okay. Um, right. So let's get back into it. I'm gonna hit double speed. I think Samantha is going to observe the skin bark. Raka and Carter are scavenging, and let's check out what Naras is doing. Oh, he's cutting down this giant tree. Okay, let's see how much wood this gives us actually. Oh, he didn't even finish cutting it down. Okay. I guess he got hungry. Okay, Carter's going to try now. Yeah, I'm just curious how much wood this is. It looks like we found even more synthetic textiles. We just got about 200 wood from that. I guess I could have clicked on the tree. I guess it can give you up to 250 wood. Okay. Discovered the skin bark. From a distance, the twisted shapes of the big purple plant resemble alien fossilized trees. Upon analyzing it further, I found out that its bark was tough and felt almost like a skin. I named it skin bark. It should be possible to process it into a leather-like material. So, crafting a veggie leather on a workbench. Let's see if we can um, do that. There's a new research opportunity for veggie armor, but I think it will make more sense if we. Sorry, I just forgot what I was saying. I think it would make more sense if we make the synthetic armor because that's a little bit stronger. We can make some bandages though, so let's see if we can make